I got nothing. I got nothing this morning. No kids. They're asleep. I don't even know. I don't even know where they are. I think they're just out like lights. I haven't heard a single noise. So it's pretty quiet around here. I might be the only one awake. Everybody seemed to stay up a little late last night, reading and playing, and I got nothing. So very sorry that it's a one person show right now. But there's four people in the chat already. Look at that! Bang, bang, boom, pow. I see Hydra Collectibles, who had an amazing interview with Kevin Eastman this week. If you're a Turtles fan, you got to go over to the Hydra Collectibles channel. Check it out. Got my man Rob Boswell right there. Got Justin from No Good Comics. Got Perry, Big Will, Todd Christian, Comics Kings. Brandon's here. Dave Kachung wielding the wrench in the chat. Legion of Comics. I just subscribed to Legion of Comics. He is almost to 200 subscribers. So if we get a few people over there to Legion of Comics, they might crest 200 right now during this show. So if you want another new comic channel, check out Legion of Comics. We got Craig69. Good morning to you. And he's not here yet. He's just not here. I've been watching. Sorry. I've been watching Joel Schumacher movies all week. Tonight we're doing a retrospective on drinks and movies, and we're talking about the filmmaker Joel Schumacher. He had about 25 movies in his career. Some all-time great movies and some movies, but he was a really dynamic filmmaker. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. So we're going to be talking about Joel Schumacher tonight. I watched St. Elmo's Fire last night. I was watching Lost Boys this morning. He is a great filmmaker. We won't talk much about Batman and Robin, though. We won't talk much about, so don't worry about it. It's not going to be anything that we talk much. We're going to go right sort of around it. Hello to Backseat Driver and Southern Comic Geek. Hello to you guys. Oh, that's right. Kachung is in for the X-Men Omni issue 108. So we got another member on board. Love bringing in all these people. Everybody can get a chance to highlight an individual issue that they own that they want to discuss or read. Hello, Big Will. Big Will says Legion of Comics is at 187, so they just need 13 more subscribers. Hello to Just a Rican and his comics. Rod, thank you for coming by, brother. Much appreciated, man. Glitter and Duct Tape is here. Hydra said just filmed an interview with Kanto creator David Boer and his co-creator. Yeah, those guys are awesome. Really friendly, really smart, and supremely talented. So I will be looking forward to a Kanto review for sure. Actually, Southern Comic Geeks, it's John's Comics with tea. I'm drinking warm tea this morning, black tea. Batman Forever was a good movie. I agree. And I'm not joking either. It was a legitimately good movie. I might even watch it today with my daughters, just as like they've never seen it. Let's check it out, kind of a thing. Worth it. I was working in a movie theater when Batman Forever came out, and it played in my movie theater, which only had 2 screens, and it played there almost all summer. And I heard the Kiss from a Rose like 4 times a day, 5 times a day. So I know the soundtrack to that movie really well. Thankfully, it's a really amazing soundtrack, so it's worth it, you know. I think I might have missed a people like the Gray Man. Hello to you from jolly old England. And here's my English breakfast tea. Actually, I think this is Irish breakfast tea. Yes, it is, Old Bean. Oh, I heard a door down the hall, so it's possible one of my kids is awake. Hello to Lady Fantastic. Wrenches United. Yeah, we got a few wrenches floating around in there. So, tonight we'll be talking about Joel Schumacher, and he's a very 80s and 90s filmmaker. I feel like his movies are so of decades. Like, they just capture cinema in those decades. It was funny to watch St. Elmo's Fire and Lost Boys kind of back to back. I'm curious to hear the thoughts. I have not watched St. Elmo's Fire in legitimately 10 years, but I used to watch it fairly often. I cared a lot about that movie. I didn't realize, and those of you in the chat can agree or disagree, I didn't realize how much St. Elmo's Fire is about white privilege until I've rewatched it. It's really about spoiled white people. That's really the point of St. Elmo's Fire. But hey, there you go. Hot take. The reason Big Will says the reason Batman Forever was disliked was the first two words Tim Burton, not because it was actually bad. I will say this: I think Batman Forever, firstly, was a huge hit. It made a ton of money. It was a blockbuster. I think it made more money than Batman Returns, if I'm not mistaken. It was a huge hit. I think it gets painted with the same brush as Batman and Robin in retrospect. Versus Batman Returns, I think it gets painted with the brush of Batman and gets more love as a result. I think it's a little unfair. Personally, I don't like Batman Returns, and I don't like Batman and Robin. If I could just watch Batman and Batman Forever, I'd probably be a happier film goer. But maybe that's me. Gray Man says, I preferred St. Elmo on Sesame Street. Burn. Ooh, Lady Fantastic, I totally noticed the connections between The Big Chill and St. Elmo's Fire. Absolutely. I will say I love The Big Chill a lot more. I have a lot of affection for that movie. But I totally get it. It's like the Brat Pack goes to grad school. That's funny. Hey, I heard a noise. It's possible that I have a daughter that's awake. It's Catherine. Good morning. I'll scoot over here a little bit. How are you today?
Good. I've been awake since 6.
Then why don't you come down the hall and hang out with me? I don't want to.
I had a dream.
You had a dream?
On an island.
Yeah, I have a dream. Kate has been having some very exciting dreams, and she's been keeping like a dream journal where she writes down what happens in her dreams, and she's very excited about how unusual they are. You kind of get excited when they're weird. Yeah.
You know what I should do? On my YouTube channel, I should make stories about them.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah, Lady F Fantastic. You could almost look at Big Chill as like the sequel to St. Elmo's Fire once these characters have gotten older and had kids, and now they're meeting up again after a tragedy. There's a lot of echoing that goes on between the two, for sure. Oh, look at all the people saying good morning to you. Sleepy Reader, good morning. I see Sharon says hi, and Glitter and Crystal says hi, and Biggie's here. Good morning, Biggie Shack. Another wrench. I was just talking about a filmmaker that I don't think you've seen any of his movies. He's called Joel Schumacher, but he did 2 Batman movies. So you saw the Michael Keaton Batman movie, number 1, right? And you didn't like the Joker in that one very much. You thought Jack Nicholson as the Joker was a little creepy for you. So that was Tim Burton, right? Mm-hmm. Who did like
Nightmare Before Christmas
and Edward Scissorhands
and stuff like that.
He did another one called Batman Returns with the Penguin and Catwoman. Mm-hmm. Then Joel Schumacher took over and did the next 2, and they had different actors playing Batman in those movies. They had Val Kilmer.
Which one was the one with Gary
Oldman? And then they had George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah, George Clooney played Batman in a really bad movie called Batman and Robin. That is, everybody basically says it's the worst Batman movie. Even George Clooney says that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like me.
Rod, you didn't have to
I
do
know,
that,
I
man.
was just looking at
Our
it.
first Saturday show super chat. Of course, it's gonna be Rod. Thank you, Cookie says he liked the article I wrote on the character Nightcrawler. If you're an X-Men fan, I posted an article on the ComicTom101.com blog all about the character Nightcrawler from the new X-Men team. And it's kind of he's an interesting character because he's had a lot of his keys are spread out across many decades. His origin occurs way later. So if you want some cool keys for Nightcrawler or some good books to read about Nightcrawler, I posted that article yesterday. Thank you very much. Happy first day of your birthday week, says your grandfather. Pop pops in the chat, and he's right because
Pop, pop.
next Friday is Kate's birthday, and we will officially have a teenager in our house. Our first teenager in our home. So that'll be pretty awesome. So yeah, George Clooney was the third Batman in the live action movies. Although I guess you could count Adam West, and then he'd be the fourth Batman.
We just watched a George Clooney movie the other day.
Yeah, you saw your first George Clooney movie. We watched Ocean's
That was
11.
technically it's in Fantastic Fox.
He is the voice of the Fantastic Mr.
It-
Fox,
it-
so that counts.
It was super annoying. I was thinking about it. Like, when I first heard his voice, I was like, it's so familiar. And then I just kept thinking about it, and about halfway through the movie, I was like, it's Fantastic Mr. Fox. It took me so long. It was so sad that it took me that long.
What do you got in your mouth?
A mint, because my breath's awful.
Oh, okay. Yep, almost to teenagedom. A teenager alert.
Thank you, Glitter.
She's gonna be an awesome teenager. I have faith that Kate's gonna be the awesome teenager. What is Nightcrawler's first appearance? Says Biggie Shack. Very funny. Biggie knows all about that. But I didn't know his origin was split into two issues. X-Men Unlimited issue 4, and then I think the other issue was Uncanny X-Men 428. They had it in two parts where they start to dive into his parents and who they were and their relationship. So it's very interesting that they spread it out like that. I think it's always getting reimagined. No,
Reader asked.
Kate has never seen Adam West. So the original live action TV series, which has a like pow, bang.
Batman?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it.
That
But it's like
actor
a
was
really cheesy
it's a
costume.
little more cheesy, and that was Adam West. He had a bit of a beer belly. He doesn't look all like ripped like most actors would now when they play these parts. And then he did a movie, Batman 66. Is that what it was? I think Batman 66 is what they call it because it came out in 1966.
In the Lego Batman movie, they're like reviewing all his costumes.
Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, that was an awful phase.
Yeah, that was an awful fate. He goes through and lists them all in the Lego Batman movie. And he does talk about the George Clooney and the Val Kilmer and the whatever. And I don't know that you know who Val Kilmer is either. A lot of the actors who've played Batman, I think, tend to do movies for adults and not for kids.
Which
Michael
one is the
Keaton was the only
Scarecrow?
one. The one with the Scarecrow that you saw was with Christian Bale, and that was Batman Begins. And that one was a great movie. Oh, I got two kids now.
Oh, Charlie
Don't
looks
spill,
so
don't
awake.
spill. In X-Men Unlimited, they talk about the connection between Mystique, Rogue, and Nightcrawler, says Lady Fantastic. Exactly, yeah. Mystique wasn't confirmed to be his mom until the X-Men Unlimited many years after GSX. I totally agree. I learned all this. We're talking about the history of the character Nightcrawler, as well as we're talking about Batman movies. Good morning.
I have good Batman movies.
What's your favorite Batman movie?
The one with not the her name. She's not the girl.
Who's the bad guy? Who's the bad guy?
I don't know her name, but she has red hair.
Oh, it's the
Batman
animated
Phantom.
one.
The animated movie.
Yeah.
You like Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
great
amazing.
one. That might be one of my favorite
But
Batman
it's also
movies.
it's also one of the ones because you see how Bruce will never be able to actually be in love because of those things.
The things that stop him from having love.
But I think
Yeah.
she could take care of herself, honestly. But
But I
still.
really like.
Well, she has her obsession, and he has his obsession, right? The things they can't be together because they both have this thing driving them to solve something from their past.
I liked Batman Begins. That one always spooked me.
Hello,
never
Burke
watched
Family's
that.
here, and Kay Titus, and Simon R.
Do we have?
And Trey is here.
Is there breakfast in the other room?
Thank you
No.
so much, and thank you for saying happy birthday to Kate.
Who said
That's
that?
Terry Vaughn did.
Oh.
Thank you,
it's
Terry.
I thought I thought
Kate's
it was
Kate's birthday is a week from
6 days.
let's see, yeah, it was
I'm
a week
counting
from
down.
yesterday. It was a week from yesterday. It'll be next week, next Friday. Sharon says that's a great movie, likes that one. But I was gonna get to Terry. Terry says, "What is the best comic book movie? Period."
What do you mean?
That means a movie that is based on comic book characters, right? So it can be that animated one from Batman, but it could also be any of the MCU movies, right? Any of the Thor, Avengers movies. It could be any of the Spider-Man movies.
I really like Spider-Man.
You're a big Spidey fan. I will say my favorite Spider-Man movie is Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
That's
I really
my
like
favorite
Tom
Spider-Man.
Holland's
So if I was going to pick a Spider-Man movie, it would be Into the Spider-Verse.
I agree. I love that one.
If I was going to pick a Batman movie, I would be stuck because I really love Dark Knight, which has the scarier Joker that you haven't seen yet. And I love the Mask of the Phantasm. So I would kind of go between one of those.
I would.
Oh, look, Kate Titus.
What does Kate Titus say? Kate? Otanjobi
Otanjobi omedeto
gozaimasu
Gozaimasu.
means happy birthday.
Oh, thank
Look
you.
at that. Yeah, Southern Comic Geek. Mystique is not the best mom, yet she has many children. Right? There's a lot of characters like that in comics, right? Ooh,
Mystique
Simon R with the win. I think I would probably say my favorite superhero movie is the original Superman with Christopher Reeve. That
Do you see what Pop-Up said?
you win, sir. What did
Said
Pop Up
Val
say?
Kilmer in Top Secret.
Val Kilmer in Top Secret. Oh, you girls need to see that someday.
today.
Val Kilmer did a lot of different kinds of movies. One of them was a very silly comedy,
Mm-hmm.
kind of making fun of old spy movies,
Like James
where
Bond.
he plays a singer
Mm-hmm.
from America, like an Elvis, who goes to Germany during World War II to try to make some connections, and he falls in love with a female spy, and then has to like escape Germany with her. Very funny though. Very funny.
Titus says Kate has good pronunciation.
I saw that.
Thank you.
Hello, two boys and their pops. John, you should get out Marvel 616 on Disney Plus.
What is that?
What is that? I don't even know that I know what that is. It's Marvel 616. Okay. There you go. Burke, I totally agree. The Into the Spider. I saw the second the credits started rolling in Into the Spider-Verse, I said, this is the best Spider-Man movie I'm ever going to see. I legitimately was willing to say right then, I will not see a better Spider-Man movie than this. It is a great movie.
Did you predict anything?
I hope to make
I did not. I was not able. I was too busy just enjoying it. Best ever Superman won. Reeves. Brando beat Batman. Yeah, I agree, Biggie. Everyone loves the Green Lantern movie. Get out of here, Sharon. Lots of good ones listed by Sleepy Reader there for sure. Have the girls watched cartoon movies of Transformers? You guys have never seen any Transformers, right?
No.
Not the live action, not the cartoons. I tried showing them G.I. Joe because that meant more to me as a kid.
I didn't.
Wait, no, I never got to see that.
I got to see it.
I found it quite boring.
I did too.
I was disappointed, 30 years later that it was not as good as I remembered. I knew Burke was going to bring up the original TMNT movie. I showed
We
the
saw
girls
that.
the Turtles movie
It
and
was so funny.
they did not love it a whole lot. They thought it was so-so. Big Will says he agrees with Superman, but mainly for what it did, being the first and the best.
God.
Yeah. Lady Fantastic says her little brother would watch G.I. Joe over and over again. OMG, it made her crazy. There you go.
Oh, you know what makes Charlie crazy? Miraculous.
No.
She hates that.
And
Rod
Strange
loves
Things.
Transformers. So that was another cartoon show when I was a kid. And it was just like G.I. Joe. It was drawn the same, similar company stuff.
I know what Transformers is.
And
I
then
just-
later they became these huge mega blockbuster movies where they basically just
Like
made
Bumblebee?
them. Yeah, they made them with like really cool digital effects. And some of them have like Shia LaBeouf, and some of them have Mark Wahlberg, and they bring all these like good looking people to run around with the robots.
Yeah.
But
Cade was obsessed with the first Transformers movie, says Sharon.
okay, I get really like Miraculous does trigger me, but so does when you show me pictures of the characters in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Kate
'Cause
is
I
Kate.
hate their hair.
Yeah. All right. That's child abuse. Introduce them to the cartoons, says Southern Comic Geek.
And
Ooh.
Rod, look, Rod.
Tom is here.
Super chatted.
Rod did super chat. Our first
And then-
Saturday super chat. It's much appreciated, man.
Someone subscribed 14 days ago, and someone else did it a month ago.
Yeah, we've had a few subscriptions, yeah. For those wondering about why I've changed my super chat monetization side of my channel, I'm going to go into that next week. I'm going to use one of my nights off because of Thanksgiving. I'm not going to do my normal shows next week, but I'm going to use one night just to go into it and kind of discuss it. But I don't want to do it before Monday because there's a big announcement on somebody else's channel Monday that kind of is a part of what I'm talking about. So I'm sorry that I'm not giving the information, but I have some very good reasons why, and I would like to present them next week. So I will definitely do that at some point. Is Kavi in here? Did I miss Kavi? I see Midwest Scotsman.
What's for breakfast?
Somebody said Kavi's name. I thought so. I'm going to say hello to Kavi. I can't find my reading glasses, so I'm trying to read this
It's also
chat.
really fast.
It is
so-
fast. Hello,
We have-
Kevin. We had almost 30 people
I
in here at
know.
one
I was
point.
looking at it.
I saw the counter. Sorry,
Hey,
it's over
look,
here.
it's 27.
It was at 29 a little bit ago. I couldn't believe it. 1-2 Comic Talk. Kevin is here. Thank you. No, Biggie, my first super chats were on Thursday. I did my live premiere of my new video, and some very nice people, including Rod and Old Wolf and Drew Manchu and Chaos and Comics did some very nice super chats then. But this is the first live stream with super chats. I just turned them on this week. So it's all kind of new stuff. Hello, Escargot. Good to have you in here.
Jennifer.
Jennifer wants to know about breakfast. They have
Bagels.
not eaten yet, but we will probably do some bagels this morning.
Yeah.
Nice tummy.
Who needs reasons, says Gray Man. It's hey.
My tummy
You
is
do
very
you.
hungry, Daddy.
Hello, Jeff Schultz is in here. Thank you for coming, Schultzy. Sharon is excited about next Saturday. Hope Kate and Charlie can say hi during they're having a special show that I'm on next Saturday.
We're on it.
You can come by and say hi, she said.
Yeah.
We haven't shared any comics. Should I share some comics?
I don't have any comics.
You just want to relax with us?
And
Okay.
well, I was planning to eat my breakfast.
I was planning to eat my breakfast.
But I can't.
You got some sassy massy going this morning.
Because I'm very hungry. My stomach hurts.
You're sorry, Bonk. You all right? Knock you out there.
My stomach hurts. And I'm hungry.
I will say, I'm still loving the Ten of Swords right now. These were the 3 issues from last week, which were wacky and weird and crazy. There were people getting married. There were people having arm wrestling competitions. This was wild and hilarious to me. I didn't love it. It was just a little weird, but I really liked it. These are the 3 from this week, and this week's issues were bonkers. Some crazy deaths, some hilarious Mr. Sinister action in Hellions. In particular, Hellions and Cable were amazing this week. Big fan of what Ten of Swords is doing. This event is nuts. I love it. Thank you, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
$4.99.
I know. Sorry, what does it say there? Man, I'm waiting for the trade on it. Too poor for the onslaught. There's a ton of them, and I totally agree, Caroline. I had to cut back a bunch of other stuff just so that I could keep up.
Big Will asked when is more Crazy Click Radio stuff coming? I don't know.
You know, they were hoping to get out of StreamYard jail or streaming jail,
Yeah.
but everybody's back in school, and it's super complicated trying to put stuff together. I still saw a question. Watchmen is my favorite DC movie. Wonder Woman is second, says Kachung. Unbreakable is an under-the-radar superhero movie. That's a good point. Southern Comic Geeks not loving the Ten of Swords. Hello, Fuchsia is here. Thank you for coming, Fuchsia. Jeff Schultz liked the Nightcrawler review. Thank you, man. I appreciate like that. And he is an awesome and underappreciated X character.
He's
There's-
cool in the movies, I think.
You liked him in the live action movies?
He's kind of creepy looking. He's
I
like,
love the way they do his effect, and he's like flipping around. And
For what?
Nightcrawler, you know, the guy that disappears
when
and
he
appears in
saves
another
Rogue.
spot.
Yeah.
and he saves Rogue. He's really cool.
Yeah. Or when he attacks the president and he's like jumping off the walls and stuff.
And he's
Really
like with
cool.
his hat. And it's like in the actual comic books, he has that kind of hat and that coat when
Mm-hmm.
he changes his appearance, but he doesn't change it in this.
Big Will wants us to do reaction videos over there on the Crazy Click Radio.
I have one video reaction of The Mask.
The movie The Mask?
Yeah,
You've already
okay.
watched it.
Yeah, so if you watch it.
You're going to react to it a second time?
Lady Fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Crazy Click Radio.
So
it's a show.
these
with-
girls plus Tacoma Comics' son, Nate.
or Nathaniel. He doesn't like being on there.
Nathaniel. And Sharon, Life with Two YouTubers, her two kids, Kate and Rena. All of them have a channel together, and they were doing some live streams, but I think they were, because of the youth of the children involved, YouTube hit them with a streaming ban, put them in jail so that they can't live stream on their channel anymore for a few months. So I think that's probably going to be the end of live streaming on that channel. They won't be able to get away with it, which means they've got to do edited only content, I think.
Which is okay, because we just have to send them to Cade, and then he can edit them, and then
Yeah, absolutely.
and we do a pre-edit.
Old Wolf is here.
Good Chung was just like, bam.
Yeah, bamf. That's the sound effect that he makes when he disappears and reappears, right?
Bam.
I agree, Southern Comic Geek. He is the heart of the X-Men, and having now gone back and read, I think we're almost 12 issues in on the Claremont run, I can see how they set that up from the beginning. That he is the one who's always like checking on people when they're hurt or sad or upset. Nightcrawler is this like sweet, kind thing. You guys, thank you for the super
Thank
chats.
you.
You guys are really unbelievable.
Favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
What is your favorite thing about
Mashed
Thanksgiving?
potatoes.
You love mashed potatoes?
Does he mean like
Anything.
food? Well, my birthday's like the day after.
It's usually
So it's
right around.
Right there. And sometimes my birthday's on it.
Yeah.
So I guess my birthday, but if I had to choose like a food, pumpkin pie.
Last
Pumpkin
time
pie?
you said gravy.
Yeah, but I like pumpkin pie more with like the whipped cream. And
I will say your mom loves Thanksgiving because it's all the best stuff of Christmas without presents. And she doesn't like getting or giving presents. It's like a very nerve-wracking thing for her sometimes to like make sure she gets the right thing or doesn't hurt anybody's feelings when she opens stuff. It's very stressful for her. So she loves Thanksgiving because it's all that good stuff of being with people you love and enjoying and eating and have all that stuff, but without the presents. If she could skip all the presents and just do the
Yeah,
food
she
and
would.
family, I think she would probably be happier.
Mine is the chicken, the pie.
Jennifer says her birthday is the 23rd, and it falls on Thanksgiving every few years too.
I have a list.
So it's Monday then, Jennifer. Happy early birthday. Nightcrawler is the moral foundation. That's true too, right? He went through a very religious phase where he was trying to become a priest, and then I think they retconned some of that. I don't remember how that all worked.
Jennifer, I have a
It was-
list
So yeah,
of all the years my birthday will be on Thanksgiving. So my first birthday,
was on Thanksgiving.
my 7th birthday,
Okay.
my 18th birthday, my 24th, my 29th, and my 35th. But that's only until 35.
So we're in the middle of the big drought, right?
Yeah.
Between your 7th birthday and your 18th birthday, you don't have any.
Yeah.
But on your 18th birthday, you'll be back in a good run where you have 18, 24, 29, 35.
I know, it'll all just be...
Where you basically have like 4 in 17 years.
Yeah.
But now we're in a gap where you don't have any in 11 years.
You know.
That's interesting. Yeah, we wrote them all down when they would.
How did you calculate it?
You can, well, now they have apps. You just go ahead and you can zoom in your calendar like 50 years into the future by just scrolling along.
That's what I did to see how.
So we
long
could
you
scroll
think
along
my
every
birthday.
year to November and then
Not
look at
on a
what happens.
weekday, 'cause no
Okay.
one's have a birthday on a weekday.
My goodness.
Chill.
Sorry, I missed a couple of comments here.
You just got a calendar notification.
I did. Jennifer said, Lady Fantastic says her birthday is January 3rd, so she gets the Christmas birthday. My mom is the same way. Her birthday's right there at the beginning of January, and it gets kind of lumped in sometimes. And one of my sister-in-laws has that problem.
Hey, look, we're at 20.
Sisters-in-law. Kevin says he likes how you mapped that out. It's so awesomely nerdy, Kate. There you go.
Thank you.
The older I've gotten, the more I've realized Thanksgiving is the best holiday. Friends, family, food, football. And then Friday, you get Black Friday. Everybody's out buying and shopping and getting some cool stuff.
Just a little podcast says, I wish I could stay. So, I don't know.
Thank you, Cookie. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you for coming.
No, don't
Comic
go.
Odino is here. Thank you for coming by. Never work retail. You'll Craig 69. Look, ooh, he put a dancing emoji in there.
Oh my gosh.
And Old Wolf too.
both at
Oh
the
my
same
gosh,
time.
you guys. Craig 69.
I'm doing
Thank you very much,
Thank
you
you.
guys.
The dancing thing is so funny.
Hair.
You like the dancing guy? That's funny.
Yes, hair.
Is it a pear? It does look like a pear with a party costume.
It looks
That's
like a
funny.
carrot.
It looks like it's working
That's
out.
funny.
Cat is here, but at work.
And Old Wolf, thank you so much. Big Lion Cat is here.
We getting money.
Thanks, guys.
Charlie, you're
We're
so
getting
weird.
money. It's not going to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm part of this
It's going to go to keep the lights on here in a little bit, and I'm going to explain that next week. But thank you, Craig, and thank you, Old Wolf. Not literally. Don't worry.
Okay.
Stress face.
Like,
The YouTube lights. How about that?
okay. Explain it to us after the show, because
No,
I'm
make
never
the
gonna
breakfast
understand.
after the show.
you can do it at the same time. He's a boss.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, crazy. You guys are just too much, man.
Are we already Xing off?
No, we're only 30 minutes in. We just got started.
Can I go make myself a bagel?
I don't know that you have the time right now. I guess you can go give it a try.
Can I share some books?
Yeah, share a book.
So I have a lot of kid books because I read a lot of kid books last night.
You were reading some
Older.
picture books from when you were a youngin. Let's do that for the one you just had a second ago. We haven't talked about that one ever, yeah.
Oh, we've never talked about this one either.
Oh yes, we have actually, but
We
this
did?
one I haven't done in a long time.
Yeah. So this is Cloudy of a Chance of Meatballs.
This is, I mean, you may have seen the movies, but this
But
is
they're-
nothing like the movies. But this is a great kids book.
I
just a
like the
classic.
illustrations. They're so funny.
The kid gets the pancake in his face.
Oh, another one. Southern Comic Geek.
Oh, you guys, come on.
Thank you. John, this is for the girls.
Okay, then I will spend that at my LCS and get stuff just for them.
Lumberjane.
I will spend that just for them.
But basically, it's about a city called Chew and Swallow.
The city's called Chew and Swallow. I
Yes.
forgot that. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, the tiny town of Chew and Swallow.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Thank you, Southern Comic Geek, man. That's crazy kind of you.
So can I?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, sorry. The food was like, the weather was food. Like for example, right here it like rains down. So it says, it never snowed snow and it never snowed rain. It never just blew the wind. It rained things like soup and juice. It snowed mashed potatoes and green peas. And sometimes the wind blew in storms of hamburgers.
Thanks,
Love
Jeff
it.
Schultz. I appreciate it, man. You're too much, brother. Two Broies and their pops said, Kate, what is Walk for Kids about? Is that something you said? Walk
It's
for
my
Kids?
shirt.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's one of Dad's old shirts.
Oh yeah, it's a hospital, children's hospital here in Southern California. It was an event for Ronald McDonald's charity here in Southern California, Children's Hospital.
And it has like all the places in the back of my
Yeah.
shirt.
So this was a charity event.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I twisted around that far.
You did. You're very limber.
Thank you.
Good question. I'm sorry, Two Boys. I was like, wait, what is that? I don't know what that was about.
I know. I've been looking at it. I've been wearing it for a few.
Thanks, Biggie Shack. I appreciate it, man.
But so, the food rained there for a while, and then slowly it started getting worse. Like sometimes they can just have gorgonzola cheese a whole day, and then there's overcooked broccoli, and then like Brussels sprouts and peanut butter with mayonnaise, and then like a pea soup fog. Like it's just getting really bad. Like the pancake
The
crashed on
giant
top of the
pancake.
school.
Yeah,
I like that
a
picture.
giant pancake landed.
And like this one kid's like, God, I'm free finally. But that would probably be my reaction. And then lunch was 15-inch drifts of cream cheese and jelly sandwiches, and everyone got sick. And then like awful salt and pepper tornadoes, and then just the whole town went to chaos.
Hello to Captain Comics. Thank you for coming by, Captain. Hello to Tori. I'm sure Tori's around.
And so they had to leave. So they took all the stale bread and they made it into ship. And so they just like left. And then they found out how to like live as normal
They built
people.
a town out of the bread too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. The
You wanna
houses,
show it?
yeah, the houses built
Okay.
out of the bread.
Okay.
So this is All Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the original book that I guess sort of inspired the movies, but the movies are nothing like this because the book doesn't have any main characters.
Yeah, no, it's
The
just
book
a
is just
story.
about the city and what happens to the city.
And then next morning, the kids who were getting told the story, they're sliding
you
down
help?
the hill. They're like, we thought we saw a giant pat of butter at the top, and we could almost smell mashed potatoes. When it's
Yeah.
just like snow and the sun.
Oh, it's the snow and the sun, but they think that it looks like mashed potatoes
Because
with
of
butter.
the story last night.
That's funny.
It's a really cute story. I
It
really
is,
like
it's
it.
no, it's a classic, and that's why they made it into a movie eventually.
It wasn't very good.
I just didn't like the movie very much.
They
But
I
made
the
a
book is
second
the book
movie.
is a great one.
They made a
another
second
movie, there's
one.
two.
Where
It's
they went
the-
back to chewing
The hamburger
monster
spider.
and the taco spider.
Kachung is asking about this book with the mutant gorilla right behind Kate called We Live, issue 2. I thought it was great. I liked it more than issue 1 personally. So I like how this is going. I like where the story is going for We Live. It's an Aftershock comic. And on Wednesday night, I did a little hangout with Old Wolf, and Chaos and Comics jumped on, and Perry jumped on, and we were just talking about independent comics that we were loving and enjoying. So if you want to hear any reviews for pretty much anything up here, I got Sea of Sorrows behind my head somewhere. No, it's behind Kate's head. I got Something's Killing the Children. I got Miskatonic. When we only find them when they're dead, and Once in Future. So if you want to hear some of those reviews and hear some recommendations from awesome community members, you can check that out from Wednesday night. Hello, Comics on the Mind. Kirk is here. Thanks for coming by. See, I'm seeing everybody's just saying hi to everybody, I think. So should I share another one?
Yeah.
Is it my turn now? Let's see here. I haven't had a chance to talk about Venom issue 30. I don't know if there's any Venom symbiote fans. Anybody getting excited for King in Black? I know that event, King in Black, has felt like it's been coming forever. It feels like we've been waiting and waiting for that event to happen. But I enjoyed issue 30. I liked some of the twists. I like how they get back to our timeline. And I think it sets up the King in Black nicely. So I'm looking forward to where Donny Cates takes this story. I don't know how much of the King in Black I'm going to read because there's going to be a bunch of tie-ins, but I'm going to try to read certainly all the main stuff because I've been enjoying it for sure. Caroline is done with symbiotes. I totally get it. I definitely get that. So I totally understand. I'm done with the Joker the same way. I feel you completely on that. Steven Spock is here. Hello, Steve, and woof to Spock. So I'm interested in the main story, and I'll try to check in on some of the tie-ins. But it sounds like the Marvel Universe is a tie-in. Like everything is wrapped into this. So I don't think I can read everything. But one day maybe I'll go back digitally and read the whole thing. There's a Simon Spurrier Black Knight tie-in. Okay, when does that one drop, Todd? That sounds interesting. Milked that cow dry, says Southern Comic Geek. Venomized Baby Yoda. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
God, no! Please, don't kill him like that. Don't hurt him like that. Don't you dare touch him on a hair on his head.
Don't harm the baby.
Don't touch him.
Somebody posted a meme that said like me every Friday when I log into Disney Plus, and it showed from the very first or second episode of Mandalorian, it showed the bad guy saying, "I'm here to see the baby. Or, let me see the baby."
That's me. That's not you, but that's me.
Yeah, people who log in and they're just like, I don't care about anything else. I just want to see the
Just-
baby for an
just
hour.
Come.
Just let me see the child for an hour.
I want to. Yes.
Personally, yeah, I'm not as. Yeah, the baby is for
Don't
them.
say anything you'll regret. We could get into a scandal.
I don't think we'll get into a scandal. I'm just not a
Get in
huge
trouble.
fan. I'm not a huge fan of the Baby Yoda as the main character. And I think he's kind of becoming the main character of that series. So that's kind of a bummer, I think, for me. Venomized Yoda in the Clone Wars animated show. Sounds wacky. Ben Compton is here. Hello, Ben. Good to see you, man. Black Knight comes out in January. Okay. Because I know that the week of December 2nd, because I'm already looking at the books for December 2nd, has the first King in Black issue and a couple of tie-ins and an anthology book that's like, here's everything you need to know to read King in Black, kind of a thing. So there's a bunch of stuff happening in just a couple of weeks, but I'm sure this event is going to go for a few months.
I know, Lady Fantastic. It's gonna be like Baby Groot.
He's going to turn into a gremlin,
It's gonna be like Baby Groot.
a little monster.
Baby Groot 2.0.
But he doesn't age very fast, so they can
Yeah.
milk that for
He's
quite a
like-
while.
Yeah.
I think it could
Like
last a
Gollum.
while.
Okay, can I share a book?
Go ahead.
So, this book is called Verdi. Sorry, I can't believe I said that.
Verdi.
It basically means green in Spanish.
Verde.
They're close.
Right, very
They're
similar.
supposed to be something like that.
Well, it's supposed to be South American, right?
yeah,
In the jungles of South America.
I think so. Well, basically, so these snakes start out as yellow. So Verdi is looking at the green snakes, and they're so lazy. They're just sitting there, and he's like, I never want to be like them. And then he's talking to them, and then he's like, hey, do you want to climb trees? And this guy's like, no, I'm bored. I don't want to. That's so boring. And so he launches himself into the air and makes like
Let's show some of the art.
spiral.
I think the art is beautiful.
Yeah,
The art pages are really beautiful on this book. So this is Verdi by Janelle Cannon, and you get like a writing page next to one drawing on each page, and you get the old green snakes and the young yellow snakes and their
Yeah.
discussions. So there's the author's name,
And then
Janelle
one of
Cannon.
my grandma's favorite book, Stella Luna, is also by the same people.
Oh, so Stella Luna,
And yeah,
which is about
grandma's book.
the bat.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one is a very popular kids book by the same author.
but this is his like, this is what he does.
He's launching himself through the air.
Yeah, it's cool. And then so the green old snakes are like, he's gonna put his eye out. He's not gonna live to turn green if he keeps doing that. He starts turning green. He's like, dang it.
He's
so
worried.
he tries to scrub himself off.
He doesn't want to become an old snake, an old green snake. He's fighting his aging.
Yeah, and so then a catfish comes after him because he's in the water trying to scrub himself off. And so he bites it on the nose and he sneezes, and then he goes all the way in the mud and he's like, I'll just stick like this.
So
It's-
he's
it's better.
so he's doing all these little things to try to stop himself from turning to a green snake.
Yeah, and then he was like, the mud cracks off, and then he launches himself back into the sky, and then he falls and he hurts himself. And then the green snakes help him. And then, so while he's slowly turning more and more green, and he's like listening, this is a really pretty one. There's like bugs everywhere. See, there's a frog. There's a bug up there.
So here's nighttime in the rainforest in South America.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Whenever you say South America, it sounds like up for some reason. Like,
You're going to South
going to
America,
South
Mr. Frederick?
America?
With Mr. Fredrickson? Are you going to South America, Mr. Fredrickson?
you sound more like Sam DMG when you do that voice for some reason.
I sound like Sam Samwise?
Yeah, a little less of a.
Mr.
It's more of
Frodo?
a
Mr.
lisp.
Frodo?
It's more of a lisp, but still. And so then 2 yellow snakes come along and they're like, now Verdi's all green, he's laying down, and then they're like, oh, he's so lazy, and then he's like, oh, I'll do a figure 8 with you, I'll climb the trees with you, and then they just do it together. And he's like, I may be big and green, but I'm still me.
So
I really love that book.
it is a fun and funny book. Highly entertaining.
And then they tell you stuff about
And then they teach you
snakes.
about snakes at the end. They give you a little information on snakes.
Yeah, I really like that one. I don't really want to share this last one.
You don't have to. I feel like we're almost at 45 minutes now. I still say the Jameson girls should do bedtime stories.
I
And you know what?
know.
Kate is getting interested in this idea.
I am.
But Charlie and I have got to finish.
She's
Harry
finished
Potter
it
4.
by herself, hasn't she?
No, she's reading it on her own. We need to spend some time getting through it. Crystal is running around in here. I saw her earlier. There she is. See?
I'm so tired.
Yeah? You were up kind of late last night. You ready for chilling today?
All chilling.
All chill all day?
Just chilling.
Okay.
I kind of want to call my friend though, because I really haven't talked to her in a while.
It's going to be a movie day, says Charlie.
Well, have we earned it? I feel like we haven't.
Oh, looks like Kurt's saying we live, and it's right there. Boom. The gorilla.
It looks like.
Issue 2 was great, Kirk. I really enjoyed it. If gremlins can't eat after midnight, what time zone is that? These are the questions we need to have answered. Right, Steve? What if my clock is a little fast or a little slow? How does their body know when it's midnight? Pop-Up says he can't finish Harry Potter without you, Charlie.
Oh, that's a lot of good cheese.
There it is, Jennifer. The bagels.
Oh, it smells so good now.
The bagels on Charlie's homemade plate.
Hot dog.
Well, not really.
Kirk says chill all week. You know, so Kirk he's a teacher,
He's a teacher.
up in San Francisco area.
And so is Jeff.
And Kirk had crazy hair day on Thursday, I think.
Did he dye his hair like you?
He's bald. He has no hair,
Oh.
but he has a really big beard. He stuffed the beard full of pencils and pens. It was hilarious. So if you guys don't follow Comics on the Mind on Instagram, you're missing out. Mindshift had a great post showing his beard as crazy hair day. It was
Oh my god.
excellent.
Ooh. Two Boys in Their Pods.
So good.
Joe and I started a new show on Saturday called The Sin Spotlight Saturday, where Big Will, thank you.
We would love to be on there. Absolutely. We would have a blast. So yes, please hit me on Instagram and we'll schedule something. That sounds great.
I'm gonna
Big
fall.
Will.
Oh my god.
Bedtime stories, reaction, review videos. Crazy Click shall rise again. Oh my gosh. Hey, I use mason jars for things for sure, Jeff Schultz. Absolutely. Definitely. And Jennifer is happy she's here for the bagels. She's only here for the bagels.
Oh, I was thinking about something the other day. So I realized that the day we went out of school for the first time was, I think, a Friday. It was Friday the 13th in March, I think.
Yep.
Friday the 13th. And we recently passed Friday the 13th again. It hasn't been a year, but, like, still.
Jeff Schultz says he was the pens in his beard, in Kirk's beard, reminded him of the secretary in Ferris Bueller who's like
She's
finding
finding, yes.
pulling
What's her
pencils
name?
out. I don't
Miss
remember her
Penny
name.
Or something. I'm thinking of Money.
You're thinking of Money
Yeah,
Penny,
I
yeah.
like quite cute.
It's like Doris or something. Grace. It's Grace. Grace. Yeah, that's it.
And she does her
We gotta watch
impression of him.
Beetlejuice again.
Oh,
yeah.
She's pretending to be
You know
the
we gotta
principal.
watch again.
I know
Beetlejuice.
Pop doesn't really love those movies, Ferris Bueller and stuff, because he was a principal, and he doesn't like
Oh.
how the principals are always the bad guys.
Pop, you're not a bad guy.
They needed those movies just needed an antagonist. and
Yeah, they had just picked someone random.
they didn't pick someone random, but
Well,
they did pick
whatever.
an administrator.
It's
So
not
they-
your fault, Pop Pop.
Charlie
Has
says,
nothing
now
to
that
do
I am
with you."
eating, the show can go on. Oh my gosh. You guys are hilarious. Bagels with cream cheese is my typical airport food snack.
We are immediately friends.
You were already friends with Kachung and Delphia.
Now we're best friends.
Now you're bestest friends?
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's our best friend in this chat.
You guys are hilarious. This has been a whole lot of fun, but we should probably get out.
Could we please stay on for a little more?
You want to go to exactly 1 hour?
Yeah.
Okay,
plus
so we will
it's
give
so
10
fun.
more minutes.
Yeah, guys, ask us any questions you guys want.
I was going to say airplane food. I have some weird airplane foods that I only eat on airplanes, like tomato juice. I eat on airplanes. I drink that on
What?
airplanes. They serve it in cans. You can drink tomato juice, just like apple juice or whatever.
Ew.
I will drink tomato juice on an airplane. It's the only time.
You afraid you're gonna get like?
It's
hit by
cool
a
seeing
skunk
30
when you get
people in
there?
here. Thanks, Biggie Shack, man. You're awesome, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Did Delphia come in? Did we miss Delphia?
Well, no, because Kachung's there, Delphia's there.
Okay.
Well, they're probably.
Old
listening
Wolf
to
just
it.
said, "Oh darn, Delphia, hello."
Oh.
So I didn't know if she had said something. But hello, Delphia. Now that yes, drinking water in a mason jar for sure. I have a huge set of mason jars in
Oh.
our in our little closet in the garage.
I don't. I've
I've
never
used
been
them
on
for
an
art-
airplane that
art
I remember,
projects.
so I.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
have any foods.
you were so little that you could go on an airplane for free, and you did that
Yeah.
2 times.
Yeah.
But they haven't been on an airplane as an adult.
I've never been on an airplane, period, except for once, but I was in Mom's stomach.
That's different.
Ginger ale is a good airplane food. Yeah, airplane drink. I mean, ginger ale is a good one.
Do they serve like apple juice or milk or stuff?
Yeah, you can get pretty much anything,
Okay.
depending on the flight and what they're serving and what they do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go on a flight and there's no food service.
Wait, have you
there's
ever
no
been
drinks.
in first class?
I've never been.
Me neither, because I've never.
Well,
been-
yeah,
yeah.
obviously, yeah. I've never been in first class.
I don't know why I said that.
Well, if you're so little
Weird
and you
Al.
can go on for free, then just go in first class for free.
I love the line in Jerry Maguire when she says, "First class. It used to be a better meal. Now it's a better life." That's a good line. That's a good line. Delphia said she drinks tomato juice on planes too. There's my girl. The farthest place I've flown without. Well, I'm just gonna do it. Kirk, I've felt the rains down in Africa. I have felt the rains down in Africa. I flew from LA all the way to Dubai. And that was the longest flight I've ever been on. And then from Dubai, I flew down to South Africa. And then from South Africa, I flew to Malawi.
Oh, okay.
So that was the longest, like, it was a day and a half basically of air travel with like very little break in between. That was the furthest I've flown. I was doing it to help a friend who works for a charity getting school supplies to students in one of the poorest countries in the world, where the kids don't even have paper or pencils. So I went on quite a bunch of flights to get there, and then I shot a video on it for her and edited it for her.
I remember. She
And
used to give us chocolate.
she does. She's very big into chocolate. And it's actually the very first video on my channel. If you flip all my channels chronologically, the first video is a little commercial that I shot and edited from my time in Africa with this charity group, going around to all these classrooms and shooting video and meeting all these people. And then we even had time to go on a little safari because there are more hippos in Malawi than anywhere else in the world. So
Really?
they have this amazing river system, and we checked it out.
Kachung, that's insanity.
I did that when Charlie was not even 1 year old. I went and did that. That was quite a long time ago.
Charlie, I was looking at your Sharpie happy face.
It was
and
an
I realized
amazing
I
trip.
have one too.
Amazing trip.
Because you drew it on me.
You drew on her foot?
My foot. I
She drew
my
it
foot.
on my arm, and I told her not to.
And I
Oh,
said,
man.
I'm sorry, and so then I drew a happy face on my foot.
It doesn't make it
'Cause-
That was your way to make it better, was to do the same thing on yourself? I don't know that
Now
that's...
I'm
But
right
Kachung,
angry at
that's
herself.
so much. I've had over 60 international flights and I've crossed the Pacific 17 times.
Can you guess why?
Well, he's in Australia. So
He's
I'm guessing
from
family.
Australia, but he lives in the United States. He lives
Oh,
in Georgia.
Yeah.
So more than likely he's visiting friends and family and all that
okay.
kind of thing.
Wait, so ask us any questions about like stuff.
Are the hippos hungry? We had to be careful.
Hungry.
We were on the water in a boat, and you don't want to like scare them. You got to be hippos very dangerous.
Remember at Disneyland?
We also saw a few elephants, and one of them came right up to our car as we were driving along. It was very exciting. My buddy lived in an Ethiopian village to help before he went to medical school. I was thinking about the Peace Corps, but not sure. Yeah, that's powerful stuff, man. Life-changing.
My second grade teacher, Miss Jenny, she loves Africa, and she went there to help some kids too.
Yep.
And once she was on a safari ride with elephants, and there was like a stampede.
Well, she filmed it. I remember that.
No, but what happened was she was driving and she dropped her phone, and the elephants stepped on it.
Ooh.
Oh,
They
I
went over it,
remember.
and then she got it, but it wasn't cracked.
Miss Jenny?
Yeah, but her phone wasn't cracked.
It didn't
at
get
all.
cracked?
Didn't
Wow.
she film that?
No. It was another time, but she had it, and then she dropped her phone.
Dang.
And she took it back to school, and we saw it, and it wasn't cracked.
Was it like dirty at all?
It was
Huh.
dirty, very dirty.
Yeah, because of dirt and stuff. I'm guessing.
Lost in Comics, thank you for coming by.
Oh my
The
gosh.
longest flight she's flown was New York to Paris, says Caroline. That is a long flight.
We're gonna go some point in life. We're gonna go from
We were supposed
California
to go,
Paris. We're
yeah.
supposed to go on ski week, but COVID happened. So.
A year ago, yeah, right when COVID hit, we had booked flights to France, but that just had to be postponed.
Because our grandma made a deal with everyone that when everyone turns 12,
Well,
she'll take them somewhere.
it's might gonna change because I'm not gonna be 12.
You'll be 13, yeah.
Yeah.
So it
but,
might go up a year. I don't know.
I'm picking between New York and Italy and Germany.
Ooh, Kirk did AmeriCorps for 2 years. Good for you, Kirk. Wow, that is awesome, man. Mason jars are always handy. And I've done like art projects with my students using them, and yeah, very
3
valuable.
minutes. Sorry.
3 minutes. Kate is counting us down. Super Rust 9000 is here.
Can we go to an hour and 27 seconds?
No.
No,
Because Kate, you're like number 27.
we'll go right to exactly 1 hour.
No.
That's what Kate wants to do.
But why not what I want to do?
Let's see. Splash Page is here. Mr. White Gloves. We're at 29. We'll see if we can hit the 30. We're right there. I don't think we've hit it yet. We're at 29. Super Russ, reigning champion of Comic Gory, is season 2. Congrats to him. Big time. Glitter Duck Egg said had a nephew in AmeriCorps. Good for you. Oh, we dropped a few. I don't think we're going to crack it. It's going to be tricky.
It's okay.
It's a big number. I don't know that I don't think we've ever done that.
No,
what?
we've only ever gotten 20.
29 is amazing.
I know,
So
that's
thank
a
you
lot of
all for
people.
coming by. That's crazy.
Just think, when we get 2,000, how many people?
Oh
are in here?
stop. Oh stop.
What?
There are all kinds of superheroes in this chat. I agree, Lady Fantastic. I agree. Absolutely. So
Daddy,
what?
am I allowed to finish the 4th Harry Potter book?
Well, it sounds like you've pretty much done it. But we got to read it for everybody, right?
Okay.
Right? We got to read it for the people in the chat who want to watch and hear us.
I've gotten all the way where Harry's finished the Horntail.
Well, don't give things away to the chat, right? Danielle Thompson, thank you for coming by. Interesting comment. Let's see here. Pop-Up says, have a great day.
Sorry. Just sitting there.
Lady F says there are all kinds of superheroes in here. And people are talking about some of the charities and places that they've traveled in their lives. It definitely changes your perspective on the world when you interact with those kind of things. I think
1 minute. Sorry.
I think you really broaden your understanding of humanity and the world when you get a little bit outside of the bubble of where you are. We're all
40 seconds.
pretty lucky for sure.
Oh my God.
So I am on tonight talking about Joel Schumacher movies. If you want to come by and talk about some of his movies,
30
be
seconds.
happy to have you and to see you. Oh, and I dropped a video Thursday. You can check out books coming out next week. We would appreciate that. Thank
20
you all for
seconds.
coming by. Thank you for the crazy, crazy super chats. That was amazing and
Incredible.
beyond kind. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll be in and out of chats and saying hello
For
to
you,
people.
Jennifer, I'll finish my bagel.
You're gonna